recordings on. And this is a demo of the Google Cloud Translation Hub self-service product for multi-language translation. So we have, this is the landing screen. It is very basic. So this is something that I set up that backs up to, can be to your agency's Google Cloud platform, anything like that. It's easy to set up, takes about 5 minutes, 10 minutes to do if you have the right authorizations. So this is designed to be a self-service instrument, and then there's also the translation API you could use for larger batch calls or larger language translation needs or things that need to be done routinely and posted to a website or so. So we're going to do a basic translation. This is a press release that we have from October when we had some highly pathogenic avian influenza circulating, and we needed to have a very quick turnaround to the public. So we're experimenting with that. So I'm going to zoom in here. So this is the actual press release that was sent out. It's 2 pages total, some hyperlinks in there, and state formatting, the kind of typical thing that our comms would send out. So we are going to, we're target language, or original language is English. That's what it detected already. Target language is Spanish, let's say. And we also have the option, so we have the option of just using the base translate function with the Google API, or selecting a glossary here, which I need to, I'll show you how to add that. I just recently did that, and maybe I didn't pull it up yet. So we can just go straight from the translation of English to Spanish, and it takes about 10 seconds or so usually to render out the translated content. And the nice thing is that it saves the format, so you don't have to go pasting things back into your original document. And so our comms team assessed this on a sort of base translation, and we have a number of native Spanish speakers in our comms group, and they found the translation to be pretty satisfactory, fairly accurate, and we're able to make a couple minor adjustments to things, but overall we're pretty pleased with it. So you can see here there's gripe aviar, which is the translation might translate flu in a more colloquial sense, but if we want it to use influenza aviar for health content, we can actually do a glossary, a word list dictionary. So I think, are you able to see the Excel file here? Okay. So our comms team provided me with the word-to-word translation that they prefer that we use with the that they use in-house when they're translating documents, just for standardization. And you can add the glossaries, which I was just doing this morning here, adding them to the portal for our translation. So this is what the back end of the translation portal looks like. It's in Google Cloud, so you can add resources for different languages if you want the translation to use the same terms every time. It can refer to those glossaries, and so you get the same results over time. You can restrict what people are able to create in the portal, what users are able to do. So you can have users sort of registered to either submit jobs or to request jobs. There's some functionality you can use to control, but ultimately these documents go to your agency's storage account in Google Cloud. So they're not, just being posted to the open internet. We still use them for public facing content. Let's say I wouldn't put something with PII in here unless I was very sure that our IT security had set everything up in a way that's going to make that okay for use. So you get Spanish, you have the option of translating other languages, and there are some limitations on this that it's not going to translate or correct any of the underlying links. So when you do get a document back, if you have a page that's in English and in Spanish, and the English page was linked on the original input document, you'll need to go in and clean that hyperlink that's underneath that text to be the Spanish page or something like that. So just that it's basically just a reminder to check that the links are the correct ones for your purpose. You can do lots of different languages, as you saw. There's options to go into multiple languages, but we vetted for Spanish primarily because that's such a large focus for our comms output. But you have the option to choose if you have some smaller communities of folks who have different language preferences. You could use those, but I would recommend vetting with your human translators ahead of doing that. All right, and let me see if I can pull up the. I haven't. I think I was just loading up the glossary. But anyway, if you had the glossary in, you would just be able to select it from here, and then that would apply to that whole translation process. All right, I'm going to stop the demo, and then we can have a chat. Unless Deanna, was there something that you'd like to see on the demo?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
if possible. Could you choose a couple other languages just so I can see how they render? Could you choose Arabic and Khmer?
Sure. And we'll do those one at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's choose. Select that. So Arabic. Right. So what we have. I am not an Arabic speaker, so I
Nor I
have no way of noting whether or not that's accurate. But that is what we get for Arabic. And let's do again for Khmer. And it still retains the format reasonably well. And of course, you'd have to make some adjustments to that, I'm sure, before you would release. But the nice thing is that this document is still a Word doc. You can download it to your Google Drive. You can download it to your local machine, however you need to do it, and then just start your adjustment and any sort of revisions. But I think the real power here is that it gives you your base content so quickly. I mean, it's basically real time. We've realized that our. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. My one last question might be a no-go. I was wondering if you have a document that is like an infographic that's to translate to see how that goes, that has sort of like graphic elements that are laid out on a page?
Yes. Hits and misses. I can say that. So you can do the three kinds. You can do a PowerPoint, PDF, and a doc. And I am going to see if I've got this. I think is my info. Let me. I have an infographic that I did try. So it was able. So I can just tell you in summary how it worked. It was able to translate any of the language that wasn't like embedded into an image.
Mm-hmm.
So it was there one for the farm workers. It's just in a different portal. I'll pull one up and then we can take a look at that. But I'm not gonna do it just this second because I need to go dig through it. But yeah, it'll translate most of it. Go ahead, Michelle.
Okay. I was just wondering, and probably maybe I'm late to the game and this is already discussed, but is this something that Google integrated with AI, or did the Department of Health build this, or how did this tool come to be?
So this is a Google tool, and it leverages their translation API, which has been around for a while. So this is just kind of a front end that they built to make it a bit easier for users to do those quick turn document translations on it, rather than having to get into a programming environment and run things through API calls. But you can stand these up if you have Google Cloud in-house, or I think you can do this as just a single item subscription too. And once you have an account storage space, you can just set this up. It's one of the things you can add on your own. And you can even do it with, say, like this is a demo account I use for PubHealth AI, which is my own storage space underneath it. That's why I'm recording on here. So it's very easy to do this, and it's a step-by-step guide to stand it up. And I think the cost per use, if it's a one-off rather than like as part of a subscription service, I think it's 15 cents a page for basic tier translation. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording.